Hello. I see y'all are already here. Already got a like up there. Thank you. Let's see. Good morning. It's a beautiful day. Well, it's raining. Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. Good morning, Nelda. You're bright and early this morning. It's so good to see you. I am happy to be here. Good morning, folks. Come in. Don't be shy. We've got 7 in here. Oh, 3 likes. Thank you so much. We'll move back. Now, how's everybody doing today? We have drizzling rain. I saw the hearts there. Thank you so much. Um, and we pretty much had rain all week. Hey, Jackie, good morning to you. Hi, Joy. Beautiful day in southern Indiana. Well, it's cool here. It's only 75 degrees. And so I don't have the air turned on, but I do have the fan. That that helps a lot with price of air conditioning. No, Jackie, I have not. Haven't finished it yet. I've only got one coat of primer on it. I'm going to work on that today. I had some stuff I had to do yesterday for Brian, so I didn't get to work on anything yesterday. Well, I don't want it to sound like it was a chore because it wasn't. He needed some help, and I went and helped him. I like when he calls me and says he needs some help because Lord knows he helps me enough. I can't seem to get, okay, now I'm straight. Yes, Jackie. He called me and he said, Mom, did you just post a video saying it was Friday? I do that all the time. I don't know what made me think. I'd already gotten my clothes out, which I'm not wearing, the ones I got out, but I already had them out ready for my live chat. Obviously, I was wanting to chat. Good morning, Connie. Oh my gosh, Connie, bless your heart. I have poked myself in the eye before with my fingernail. You need a patch over your eye or some tape to hold it down. Hi, Kathy. Good morning to you. I know, Jackie. Goodness, bless her heart. Jackie, I haven't seen any goings on at the palace lately. or I just haven't watched. There probably are a lot going on. They seem to have something every day or every week at least, but I haven't watched them much to this week. It was my zombie movie week. I had to watch zombies. I don't know why. Sometimes I go for a long time and don't watch them, and then sometimes I feel it's a need. I got to watch them. Oh, holiday. They work so hard during the week with their garden parties and stuff. Now they really do work an awful lot. I see that. It's what they call work. But they're always doing something. Always with a smile, always dressed to the nines, always looking wonderful. Jackie, for some reason, I've watched zombie movies all my life, and for some reason, they make me nervous now. I'll start watching something and I will get nervous, and I'm thinking, no, I can't do that. I don't want to watch that. And I'll turn on to something else. I have a wide array of things that I watch. Y'all would not believe the stuff that intrigues me, especially on YouTube. I love YouTube. I watch YouTube more than anything else. You can find anything you want on YouTube. Because Brian said one day he was had a project he wanted to work on, and he'd just look for a YouTube video. I watch true crime too. I watch quite a bit of true crime things on YouTube. I like them, and I like court programs. I like, especially right now. I'm watching different things about landlords and tenants, and they give you some really good information. So I like watching those. And I have several judges that I like to watch too. There's one in Michigan that I like an awful lot. Judge Middleton. Middleton? Yes, Judge Middleton. Hi, Betty. Good morning to you. Good to see you. Good to see all of y'all. I'm so glad to see you. I don't I don't think I had a live last week. No, I didn't. Hi, Cindy. Good morning to you. Jackie, if it's a pet, it's going to have to be an indoor small dog or an indoor cat because of my cats. And no, I'm not crazy about having children either. And only because I'm pretty much next to a very, very busy highway. And I don't know. I have to think about that. I'd have to think about that. For some reason, I picture a whole bunch of bicycles and toys in the driveway or whatever. I don't know. I don't even know if sometimes when you get older, your patience it's thinner. You and so there are certain things, I guess. Good morning, LL Jean. Certain things that I don't know I could abide by. Good morning, Sharon. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here too. I have a separate meter for electric, Jackie, but not water. See, good morning, Chris. Nice of you to come in. Uh, Remember, this house had one water meter, and we lived in the rent house over there, that house. And we brought this cottage in, so we didn't have another meter for it. Um, we just attached it to the water. I didn't know you had a rent house, Cindy. You know, y'all, let me tell you, I go on Facebook every day, and I go to Marketplace and I look at the houses that are for rent. Rent affordability. Good morning, Blue Rose. I'm glad to see you today. Oh, wow, Cindy. You need to give me some tips then. Housing affordability. I don't know how people live. I really don't know. I was looking this morning at houses, 2 bedroom, 1 bath. Is what I always look up because that's what I've got. They're over $1,000 a month, y'all. And a lot of them are not central heat and air. You know, I had central heat and air next door, but that unit just conked out on me, and I couldn't afford a $10,000 new unit over there. And I'm thinking, I don't even have central heat and air in my cottage, so I'm not going to come up with $10,000 to put in a rent house. Good morning, Diane. Good to see you. Well, I just don't know what in the world people I see in some Facebook groups that I'm in. And when somebody posts that they've got a rent house, there's hundreds of people looking to move or looking for rent property. And honestly, I don't know. Over $1,000 a month to me is crazy. I don't know what in the world these people, what they work at to be able to afford such. Well, Jackie, okay, Blue Rose, thank you for coming in, though. I appreciate you. You're always so good to me. Um, isn't that something, LL Jean? Oh, good grief. 1 bed. Well, I know. I've been looking at New York too. I mean, those are 3,000 and up to live in New York. I'm like, what do these people do for a living? I know, Diane. I know. I mean, now I know jobs pay more now. You know, when I first started to work, I made $1.25 an hour, and then I got a raise to $3.25 an hour. And but nowadays you got to make an awful lot of money to be able to afford to rent somewhere. Yeah, I hear you, Jackie. I hear you. And there is always something. Always something. Yeah, Sharon. I worked at Zales jewelry store for $1.25. I mean, holy cow. Good morning, Kathy. Um, there are houses that I've looked at on Marketplace. They it seems to me that if they're going to put their pictures on Marketplace, at least sweep the floor, or at least get the trash out of the kitchen, or at least, you know, clean up a little bit. And some of them just go ahead and post them, and there's people just dying to get in them. The housing market is crazy. Good morning, Liz. There's no place for people to live, y'all. Not even here in East Texas. Yeah, I'm going to advertise there. Yep, Jackie, I am. Uh, I'm in several groups, and then I might put it on Marketplace also. Yeah, Ella Jean. I was lucky to get my dollar. What I say, $1.25. I think. I think I'm gonna have to, Kathy. I didn't last time, and look what happened. Yeah, but I don't want to hire an agency. I don't want to spend any more money than I absolutely have to. So I'm going to, Brian has this app that you can screen people. You find out all about them. And I think I'm going to see what that is and get that. Yes, Sharon, I do, but I can't afford it. I just cannot. I'm not going to afford that. Yeah, but I can find one myself, Jackie. I just got to do a little bit of homework and put some ads, like I said, on Facebook and Marketplace. I'll find somebody. There's too many people needing a house around here. I've never seen anything like it. And then you see everything is over $1,000 now. Everything. Or no, not everything, for heaven's sake. But I'm shocked. I am absolutely shocked. But this time I am going to do some screening. I'm going to find out, especially if they have been evicted before. Because this woman that lived next door over here, I recently found out she's had 12 different addresses in the last few years. So there's something going on, don't you think? Well, Diane, I'm responsible for mowing the yard too. I'm going to continue to mow the yard. I've got Cody's daddy that comes out here and mows. He does a good job and he mows over there. So I'm going to include that, and I'm going to include water in the rent as well, because I have to. We're on the same line. So they'll be responsible for electric. Yes, Cindy, that's the thing. No, Jackie, but they've got that great big front yard over there. But I'm going to close off the backyard because they're going to want dogs back there. And I don't want, next thing you know, there'll be big Rottweilers or something over there. And see, that's the problem. We're going to have a big talk about my cats, because if my cats go next door, oh, yeah, they're parking, Jackie. Yeah, there's a place to park. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Diane, some do. But see, being that my house and that house are in such close proximity, John just mows the whole thing. Well, LL Jean, I don't know about that. I saw I saw an ad or a comment on a Facebook group this morning that a visiting nurse rented this woman's home and stole everything. I don't know why I laughed. Not funny. Stole every darn thing in her house and took it away. And she didn't have a clue. It was supposed to have been a visiting nurse. No, Cody and his daddy have a place. They have their own home. That he's married and he has two sons. So one of his sons came with him this last Thursday, and the son mowed while John did the weed eating. So, that's good. That he didn't have that much work to do when that happens. But I've got a lot to work out finally. But I am going to do some screening this time because I didn't. I believed her. I felt sorry for her. They were homeless, living from motel to their truck. And then she comes in my house and she treats it like it's trash. Oh, I agree with you there, Cindy. Yeah, I agree with you. Well, I don't know, Kathy. I mean, I just don't think we've got that. See, you've got to understand also that I'm in a little bitty town, a little bitty area. And I think, like somebody said Airbnb one time, y'all, that house isn't, it's not fancy enough for an Airbnb. It's just not. I agree, Diane. I agree. But I don't know what people are going to do. I don't know what. I doubt it, Sharon. I kind of doubt it. Now, it's possible. Like I said, I'll put an ad and see, because there are people all the time. Ideally, ideally, I would like a widow. I would like a couple who are living on Social Security or have otherwise low income, because I want to help them. I have that idea in my head that I can help them, and I would. And I've got, I mean, if they need a table and chairs, I've got one. If they need sheets for the bed, I've got them. I would be, I've got dishes. I've got anything in the world that anybody might need. Uh, yeah, Jackie would. Good morning, Brenda. It's good to see you here. I want to help a widow on Social Security or on disability. I want to help. I think so, Becky. I, no, you can't say that I will do it only, but I can word it to where it says, ideally, I would like to help a low income or that kind of thing, um, and that would be my top priority. I can do it that way. There's so many things you can't say anymore. Like, you can't say I won't rent to children, and then everybody's, or I won't rent. No, now a lot of people say no pets. You can do that. No pets, even if it's a um, support animal. Ha, Blue Rose. Ha, that's what I should have done. Have you seen that oil patch on the driveway over there? That truck was leaking oil like there was no tomorrow. Yeah, that's true, Becky. I didn't think about that. I did not think about that. Thank you for mentioning that. I'm gonna write it down because that's a good idea. 55 or older. Huh. Me either, Jackie. I got leaves and mulch and everything else in my floorboard in the front. Brian says every time he sees it, he goes, "Mom, you've got a shop vac. Why don't you vacuum that out?" And I said, "I'm gonna do that." And the next time he sees it, "Mom, you got a shop vac. Why don't you vacuum that out?" And it's a mess. Every so often I go to the car wash, but I never vacuum it out. Oh, Jackie, I remember I told you, y'all, one time that Brian got in my car. I was taking him somewhere because his car had to be picked up. He got in and he goes, "Mom, this car smells like a wet dog." And I said, "Well, thanks a lot, Brian." So now I have a thing of Febreze in the car. And before I go get him, if I have to take him somewhere, I spray everything with Febreze. It smells like a wet dog. Oh, that's terrible. But anyway, I've got a lot to think about, and I am going to, dog, I am going to do a heck of a lot of background checks for sure, because I'm going to have to. I'm a sucker for a sob story, y'all. I really am. I mean, I should have had a clue when she said, "Oh, Jackie, hopefully September." Hopefully. It just gets pushed back later and later because I find more things. But the clue that she was not going to be a good fit was when she said, "I moved to South Texas to live in a house that my sister owned, and the sister lived on the same property." And 2 months later, my sister sold the whole property and moved up north. And so this woman had to move away. That should have been my clue. The sister had to sell her house to get away from her. So, yeah, Cindy. Yeah. And she had 3 dogs, 3 little chihuahuas. I didn't charge her for having a dog in the house. And they never, ever, hi, Rachel. Hi, Sheila. Good to see y'all. Thank you for coming in. They never, ever went outside to potty, y'all. She kept them in diapers. I know I've told that story. That's a horror story, that woman. I'm telling you. Have no idea where she went, her and her son. I know that her son was wanting to get away from her. He was wanting to move off with his girlfriend he met on the internet. So, no telling what's going to happen to her. I can't worry about it. I know what's not going to happen to her, and she's never going to live near me again. Jackie, they had 12 different addresses in less than 3 years. So they're from all over the place. I mean, I just found that out when I looked her up on the internet the other day. 12 different addresses in 3 years. I know, but I've looked her up before and that information was available. I think more and more personal information is becoming available online now than used to be. So if I had a good screening app that I could look people up, because it will tell you whether they have been evicted. I don't think she wasn't LL. Remember, she called me a slum landlord. Well, she was right when she said it, because she's the one that made it the slum. Y'all saw the pictures of it before, you know? Right, Jackie. Okay, Kathy. Nice of you to come in. Have a good day. I will, Sheila. Well, this was supposed to be a non smoker too, but I know ever so often I would see her outside, and him too. He would come outside and walk around his car and smoke. So I know they smoked. Yeah, I understand that, Cindy. Legally, you can change the rent once a month if you want to. You can up that rent anytime you want to. Thank you, Jackie. Um, but yeah, so as prices go up and as the cost of fixing things goes up and the property tax goes up. I mean, my property tax shot up like crazy this last year. Anytime you want to, Joy, but you have to give them notice, 24-hour notice in advance. That's something else I never did, Joy. Um, I never went in that house to see. Occasionally, we'd have to go in when we had electrical fixed or something like that. And I've got pictures of it then that she never used anything on the shelves, never put anything on the shelves. She stacked up big, uh, all her stuff up on the cabinets in front of the electrical outlets. She had a huge couch blocking the door, an entrance, which I'm going to have that in the lease next time, because that's a fire hazard. And both of those things were fire hazards. And it wasn't in my rental uh, contract. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, it's crazy. How are your boys doing, Rachel? I think of you a lot. a lot. But anyway, I've got still got a lot to do, and then I've got to do some serious. Uh, I'm going to reword my rental agreement and include all the things that I won't tolerate. That's all there is to it. I would like a nice older lady, Sheila. I really would, or an older couple, either one. I would like that. I'm not sure, Sheila. The more the more I do and the more they tore up, the more I realize I'm going to have to be compensated in some way for damage, and I just wasn't. She paid a $500 deposit, and in that note she sent me, she said, "You can just keep that $500 uh, because everything we did was normal wear and tear." No, it wasn't. It wasn't normal wear and tear. I don't think she cleaned the bathtub since the day she moved in. I really don't. So it was just a mess. So I got a lot to do. I still got a lot of work to do. I've still got to redo the lease. Yeah, Diane, every year. You can raise it every year. Well, now, see, Diane, I'm not going to do that. Well, Jackie, I have three of the rooms and the hall are hardwood floor. The kitchen is a tile, and the living room is a tile, and so is a bathroom. So I'm going to repair the tile that's in the living room because it's perfectly good, except for some places where they scuffed the heck out of it. I don't know what they did, but I can pull up that tile. I pulled up a piece the other day to see if I could do it, and I can put more of that tile. I'm gonna put it back down in that place. Oh, Rachel. Okay. Thank you for the update. Anyway, Diane, if you do a month to month, is what I'm going to do because it's easier to get somebody out. No, Sheila, not ever. Not ever. It's right across the road. Right across the driveway for me. It's on my property as well as I am. There's no way to divide it. There's no way to divide it. We use a single driveway, and I have a huge hill, and there's no way I could put another driveway in. So that's out. Oh, I'm glad, Rachel. That's great. They sure have been through a lot. Yes, she does, Sharon. Yes, Cindy, right. We owned a rent house one time years ago. You're welcome, Rachel. Y'all, they tore out the kitchen cabinets and tore down the wall between the kitchen and the living room and left all the wires just hanging there. And that was a mess. We finally sold that property. You, if you, Ella Jean, if I just make up uh, a month to month, that contract ends at the end of the month. You see what I mean? And and after that, it's a month to month all the time. So you can always say, look, you've got to go. I'll give you 30 days. Sometimes you can give them 3 days. It all depends. Texas has some strange laws. But I gave her 2 months without paying rent, and I was still paying the water. So, but yeah, you don't even have to do yearly. It's no reason to. I would always do month to month. Safety certificates. I don't know what that means, Jackie. Safety certificates. I don't know what that means. Sheila, it is. It's a lot. That's a lot. If I can get a good reader in, though, you know, that'd be great. So, yep, hello, Jean. No, we don't have to have that, Jackie. See, y'all remember that I'm out in the country too, y'all, because and no HOAs or none of that stuff out here. We out in the country. Uh, Somebody could put a pig farm next to you if they want to. Hi, Carol. It's good to see you. I mean, seriously, they could put in you know, goats or pigs or cows or whatever. Good morning, Paula. You know, that would probably be a deterrent for me too, Cindy. But then there are some good people who have been in prison. I mean, there are uh, for all sorts of things. People can go to prison. People can go to prison for shoplifting. Well, that doesn't mean they're going to come over here and kill me or, steal from my house or what. You have to. I guess you have to go kind of judge by what the crime was. Now, I wouldn't want a murderer, an ex murderer over there, or, child abuser or anything like that over there. No, that's an absolute no. But I'll find that out when I do my checks on them. I'm dying to get a good program to do it. I know there are several that you can check their rental history, their job, how much they make, people in their family, how many times they've been have moved, if they've been evicted, all that stuff. And I'm going to check around because you have to pay for all of them. You pay so much a month for them. Ah, I see, Cindy. I get you. Okay. And so you checked him out before he got a chance to move in then. The one I tore down was a mobile home, Jackie. Yeah, that was a mobile home that we tore down. This is actual, you know, wood, wood structure. I live in my cottage, yeah. The yellow house with the white trim is my cottage, and the gray house next door is a rental, bigger than this one. That I don't need. I contemplated convicted jaywalker. Yep, LL Jean. That's right. It was white, but I had painted the bottom half yellow because I'm afraid of heights and I didn't want to get on the ladder and I could only reach so far. So I couldn't paint the rest of it yellow, but it was a pale, pale yellow. And now I've got yellow brick road. Thank you, Diane. It was a little yellow on the bottom only. Brian has had his house painted down now. He hadn't painted the whole thing. Thank you, thank you. But he painted the columns, the railing on the porches, the underside of porches, front and back, around his window frames, all that stuff. He and a big wooden fence out front. He's painted or had painted. Man, it looks good. He went well. He's got a white house, but he did a gray that's almost black. It's so dark, but it's gorgeous. I wish I could show you. I promised him a long time ago I wouldn't show the front of his house, and I never have on my videos. That's intrusive, especially because people would see it in this area and know immediately where it is, and so I don't do that. But I do the woods, and I do the show the goats and stuff like that. Right, right, Carol. Stick built. Yeah, pier and beam. It is a bit yellow, but I I absolutely love it. Sheila. Yeah, you're right about that. Oh, me. I'm glad I didn't miss that comment. I would have had to read it later if I did. No, there is a front porch, a big 40-foot long front porch, and it has a front door there. But we always use that back entrance to go into the living room where you see the cat sitting out there all the time or whatever. That's the entrance we always. I don't even have a key to that front door. So when the key I give them is the one to that door I always go through when I take y'all over there with me. So yeah, it is. It's 2 bedroom. It's 1 bath, but it has a formal dining room and a nice size den is what family room or whatever. Yeah, sticks and bricks. So I'm excited about getting it done now, y'all. I want to get it rented. I'd like a little money out of it, don't you think? Firebed Fred. That's right, LLG. That's who he is. And he's a bully. Thank you, Paul. I do too. And that's why I'm going to do month to month because I can always say if I don't like them 15 days later, I can say you got 30 days to get out and they're gone before they do too much damage. And this time I am going to go in about every 2 months and inspect. And if they've got things like furniture blocking an exit or junk blocking outlets, I'm going to give them like 24 hours to remove it, uh, or they are in violation of their lease. That's all there is to it. You'll see. If you stay with me, you will see that I have flat. Oh my gosh, Diane, 4 houses. They inherited that land and they all built house. Huh? Must have had a big piece of property then. I feel like I'm getting a sore throat again. A lot of people out in this area, Jackie, have big, big acres, lots of acres, especially in Upshur County. Upshur County is a large county. Thank you, Sheila. And yeah, my road right here. There's a new house coming up on that road all the time, and so I want you to think because there are so many new houses being built out here what that does is raise the value of my property. Unfortunately, it's going to raise my taxes as well. But if, say, I pass away and Brian didn't want to keep two houses and go through all the mess of renting it and repairing it and calling out contractors to do this or that, if he sells it, he can always get more for it than it's worth right now. That's an excellent idea, LL Jean. Okay, thank you, Sheila, for coming in. I hope you have a good weekend. Yeah, Jackie, we bought the house next door. We bought that when Brian graduated from Texas A&M. And the idea was it would be better for him to pay a house payment at the time. It was like 300 and something dollars a month at the time. That's been 25 years ago. It would be better for him to pay a house payment and own his house than to pay a rental somewhere else and pay for somebody else's house. So that was our idea of buying this property because we lived in a very big house, about 10 miles away, the house I grew up in. And so that's why we bought that. Oh gosh, Cindy. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Jackie. Y'all, really, honestly, I saw a house the other day on Marketplace. That sucker was something like $325,000. I don't know what they got in that house, but from the outside, it certainly didn't look worth it to me. Yeah, I guess so, Jackie. That's why that's why y'all wanted the United States. And thus began the war. What is that? What is that saying? The British are coming. The British are coming. Uh, and I, on the opposite shore, will be ready to ride and spread the alarm to every Middlesex village and farm. So, so your country's good size, but I see what you mean. Give it back. No, I don't think so. Well, I told you, I identify as British. All because of a little bit of tax on some tea. Yeah, a little tea bag caused a problem. I remember reading about all that. That I think that may be why I had such a fascination for your country. Well, we're all mixed up. All of us are something that we don't even realize what we are really in our past, our heritage. Jackie, you know what? I don't even know what they are. I couldn't tell you how much they are. Uh, when I go to fill up, I have to have the gas. I know that sounds crazy. I have to have the gas. And so I just fill it up. I don't even look at how much it is anymore. And it's not like I've got a whole bunch of money, but here's the thing, I got to have the money. No, I go to the same place all the time, Jackie. But let me tell you, I drive less than, I'm going to say 50 miles a month. Less than 50 miles a month. So I don't have to fill up in my car very often at all. I go down to Brian's. He's 3 miles down, 3 miles back. I go to the gas station. I go to the post office, which I haven't been in 2 weeks to the post office. Uh, my pharmacy and where I buy my groceries are all in the same place. I can get to all of those places within 10 minutes. And yet I'm still in the country. So I don't need a whole lot of gas. Maybe if I'm working for Brian that week, back and forth, I might have to fill up my car every 2 to 3 weeks. So I just don't, and it's a little Nissan Rogue, so I can go for a heck of a long time. I can go almost 400 miles on one tank of gas. Oil tank put in this week. I know, LL Jean. I gotta go, man. I got to go, and I'm gonna have to go to the post office. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that Monday. Uh, I don't know. I just haven't been. I don't know. I used to go every week. I haven't been in a long, long time, but I will go Monday. I do, Jackie. I do. Oh, that made me think. Look, I've got on purple today. Look what she's wearing. I wore my purple just for her. Isn't she beautiful? She's such a beautiful thing. I miss knowing she's out there in the world. Here she is. Yes, I'm going to try, Diane. I'm going to try. Thank you, Carol. I love it too. We have such sweet people that come in here. I mean, sweethearts. Yeah, right, Cindy. I remember I had a great aunt. She was in her 90s, and they had convinced her that she had won the big prize. Y'all, when she passed away, her son discovered over 30 subscriptions to magazines, and those magazines were piled up in her house because she thought she had won that big jackpot. Publishers Clearinghouse. I hadn't heard about them in a long, long time. Okay, I got a story to tell y'all. My Bobby was a very unassuming person. He was just as laid back uh, as he could be. Nothing bothered him. I mean, where I'm just one of these crazy people all the time, he was just laid back as he could be. So when his mother passed away several years ago, the cars lined up behind the hearse to go to the cemetery. So we were in Bobby's pickup, and it was an old black pickup, and we were right behind the hearse. So his mother is in that hearse in a casket, and we're right behind. Got the picture. It just so happened that Bobby had loaded up the back of that pickup bed with trash bags full of trash. The whole back bed was black trash bags with those pull ties. So, y'all, when I know you've seen them, you go down the road and you see all these tax places that do your taxes for you. And they've got this long tube out front. It's got a face on it, and it's got these little arms, and the air comes up from the bottom, an air machine. I know y'all have seen them. Tell me you've seen them. You know what I'm talking about. And these things blow, and that's to get your attention that that's a tax place. All of them have them. Sometimes car lots have them out there. They're really, really tall. So we're going down the road, and we're behind the hearse. And it's a long way to the cemetery, so they go faster and faster. They don't just creep when you're going a long way out in the country. All of a sudden, all of those trash bags in the back of his truck have those blue ties on them, and every one of those ties are just going crazy in there. And people are on the side of the road because they pull over. They have respect to pull over when a funeral's going down the road. And all those darn ties are just flopping in the wind, going crazy. Yes, Rachel, that's what they are. But, and I'm mortified. I'm so snooty. I'm like, oh my God, these people, they're seeing all of that. People I don't even know. And the people behind us, the family behind us, they're seeing every one of them, y'all. There was about 40 of them going crazy and flapping in the wind. And Bobby's, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. And he was laid back. He's not crazy like I am, going nuts and scared I'm going to offend somebody or upset over something, or I'm going to be offensive myself. He doesn't care. That didn't bother him at all. But I was embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. He said his mother would have laughed, and probably she would have, because she was as laid back as he was. So she probably would have liked it. But it's it's awful if you could visualize it. It was horrible. Yeah. I saw one time as I was stopped in traffic. We pull over so that the funeral procession would go by. I saw a gentleman, a black gentleman, and he was out raking leaves at a church, and he took off his hat and took off his hat and put it over his heart and stood like that. Jackie, I would too. Nothing bothered Bobby. Nothing bothered Bobby. He just didn't get upset over stuff. He didn't get mad at people like I do when they do stupid things like park over two lines in the only places left. Walking. No, I know what you're talking about, Jackie. But we don't. Here's the reason: we have to drive everywhere from funeral home to cemetery is a long, long way. We don't like y'all had the service for Queen Elizabeth, and they oh no, we couldn't possibly. Y'all shut down your streets and everything for things like that. Well, that was for royalty though, Jackie. I don't know what they would do. What do they do for an everyday citizen? You know what I mean? So we don't do that here. Things, yeah, but here it's a long way from one place to the next. So I remember watching that funeral procession. Well, it's a beautiful ceremony that y'all. It's a great send off, Jackie. It's beautiful, but do you do that to just your average Joe? Now, like, oh wow, that's weird. Someday I'm gonna get in my car and I'm gonna film what I see by my town. So y'all don't think I've showed you a little bit of Gilmer and I've walked around Gilmer for a little while, but I've not seen the other town next to me that I go to. They do, LL Jean? Isn't that interesting? Well, they have those big cemeteries where in vaults above ground in Louisiana. Well, I don't know if all Louisiana does. I know New Orleans does. Yes, yes, Jackie, lots of them. they're feeling the crunch of the economy. I know that because all the time they're advertising, that they have their little shops and they dresses and coffee shops and bakeries and things like that. Jackie, if you care to, sometime look at a YouTube video. It's called Cash Jordan, Cash Jordan. He lives in New York City. He is showing now what's happening in New York City. Uh, Robbers are going in by the hundreds into Target and Macy's, and yes, Ella Jean, that's the reason. Uh, just grabbing things off shelves and running out, and they're not doing anything about it. The police won't arrest them. The city is not arresting them, and they're just going crazy and wiping everything off the shelves. It's awful. So, we went to New York in April of last year. We couldn't go now. There's some cafes. Hi, Paula. Um, there's some cafes or businesses in New York, and they have tables and chairs out in front of the store. Yes, yes, Jackie. Coming up in October, Diane. But in September is the one in Gladewater that I took y'all to, the festival. And I showed you the big chickens and all that stuff, the big metal chickens. Anyway, there's a man sitting there, and they're serving his lunch, him and his friends, and these gangs come up by the dozens, and they robbed him of a $100,000 Rolex watch, plus his billfold, the woman's purse. You can't do this anymore. They'll actually go into the store. Okay, Rachel, it's good to see you, honey. God bless y'all. You can even the stores, they go and just empty. So Target has had to close where we were, the area we were in. A lot of grocery stores having to close, or they're chaining their stuff to the display cabinets or behind. I've never seen anything like it in my life, y'all. It's like like a war zone up there. I'm sure it's not just New York. I'm sure it's going on lots of places too. Oh no, you couldn't. Yeah, Jackie. London too, huh? Wow. So anyway, don't forget, his name is Cash Jordan, and he has every day he's talking about either the housing crisis up there. Good morning, Rambling Rose. Rambling Rose. Remember that song? Cast and crew. Wow, Becky. Yeah, Jackie. See, I mean, we were up there, and I had my bag thing, like crossbody thing, holding it. Man, they don't care. They'll come out and jerk that stuff off of you and run off, but they're in the dozens. He showed one store, y'all. I bet there were over 100 people that swarmed this store and took out everything they could carry out. I've never seen anything like it in my life. It's crazy. I didn't know they did it in London. I don't know why I thought everybody was as respectful as they could be over there, but apparently y'all have some problems too. Well, they'll take anything you have, though, Jackie. I mean, let's say you got a purse, and you've got in your purse, you've got your credit cards or your I know who he is, LL Jean. Yeah, they're taking their cell phones for sure. They're stealing those. their credit cards, of course, their cash, their jewelry, the ladies' rings, necklaces. They'll sit there, walk up to you on the street and rob you, y'all. Becky, it is right, no respect, but it's people who don't go out and seek employment to take care of their bills and their needs. They would rather steal. Wow, Diane. They're going to have to drag me, y'all. They're going to have to drag me all the way home with them. Yeah, he is, Carol. He's interesting, isn't he? I like him. I like him a lot. But I'm shocked. I am absolutely shocked. It's not. It's Chicago too. It's large cities. It happens in L.A. I know, Ella Jean. They're not doing anything. They're not. The police presence is not stopping it. It's not stopping any of this. Now, not everybody that's doing all this are migrants. A lot of these people are gangs, and they are blaming it on the migrants, but not all are. I know, Jackie. I don't understand it. It's almost like it's okay to go in and, take everything out of Macy. Yes, Jackie, exactly. Organized gangs. They know exactly where to go, what to get. You're right, Sandy. Texas too. In Texas too. I mean, yeah, Ramblin' Rose. I know, Becky. I know they get shot or they get beat up or what. So they have stopped trying to arrest people. But think about it. If you've got hundreds and hundreds of a organized gang going in there, it's impossible to arrest them all. It's impossible. You can arrest maybe two or three, but what about the other hundred? You know? Now, every so often there is a crime here and somebody does, home invasion or stealing cars. There's a lot of breaking into cars at night at apartment buildings. And a lot of them, the people don't even lock their car doors at night. Y'all always lock your car door at night. Always. There's a lot of people who don't. But every so often, yeah, we've got a police chase or some nonsense such as that. But it's not like it's happening in New York. Does she wear? Are they called sorry? It's Sari. How do you pronounce? Well, you can't tell me how to pronounce it because you're writing it. I know what you're talking about. They're beautiful. There's some beautiful things and the scarves and things that they wear. Gorgeous. How fun. It's a beautiful way of dressing. It really is. You get to go to some interesting places. Okay, take pics. I want to see. I love them. Everything you post, I love. I love seeing all of it. I see right now off in the distance, I hear sirens. It's either ambulance or fire truck. Right, Diane. Yeah. No kidding. I would love to see it. Y'all not forget we have a Facebook group. It's called My Simple Cottage Life Friends and Family. It's real simple to join, but you have to answer 2 questions. I mean, they're not, what's your social security number or any of that stuff. No, no, no. It's real easy to join, but you must answer questions. Unfortunately, I have had to decline several ladies who have not answered even one question. I can't do that. If I'm going to have the rule that you have to do that, then everybody has to follow the rule. Now, in the very beginning, I didn't have that rule. I know you don't, LL Jean. I wish you did, because yeah, I really wish you did. But in the very beginning, I did not know that we could put up these little things. No, I haven't changed it yet. Uh, it's like, are you a member of My Simple Cottage Life YouTube? I do too, Jackie. Or name one of Mary's dogs. Good grief, y'all. If you watch me for any length of time, you know one of my dogs. Hi, Debbie. If this is your first time here, welcome, and I hope you will come again. We're happy to have anybody. We are happy to have anybody that wants to come. We love them. You passed the questions. Yes, Carol, you did. You passed the questions. They're not big questions. They're not horrible. They're not hard. But this was, oh, it's not your first time. Okay, Debbie. Well, welcome back. They are beautiful, Jackie. I love them. Oh, well, Jean, yes, yes, yes. Please, please, please do it. Do it. Do it. It's easy, easy peasy. Somebody's getting an ad. Do not disturb. Hello, Annette. Glad to see you. Rambling Nose, because I'm out in the country, I put a sign up on my gate when I lived next door, and it said, no soliciting. Uh, uh, gosh, it's named all this stuff that don't come and try to sell me stuff, right? No soliciting at all, no politics, no nothing. In other words, don't come if you're running for sheriff, right? I'm in the house, I hear a knock on the door. I go out, and there's a guy running for sheriff standing there. Honestly, I did this, and I shouldn't have. Sir, I could not possibly vote for someone who cannot read. And I shut the door. If he can't read, he doesn't need to be the sheriff. Don't you think? It said no soliciting, no politics. It also said on the bottom, and yes, this means you. So, no, he didn't get to be sheriff anyway, and I'm glad, because he'll probably remember me and arrest me the minute I get on the highway. But I said, no, I cannot. I can't work for anybody. I can't vote for anybody who can't read. Nope. This means you. I have, because I'm out in the country, I have a no trespassing sign on my property. Over the years, I've had people, well, I had one guy try to steal gas can out from under my driveway, and, stuff like that. But you pretty much have to, in the country, have a no trespassing private property, which is what I have. And it's for legal reasons, because if you shoot somebody and they thought they were driving into a public park on your property, then you're in trouble. So you need to put up a sign saying no trespassing. That's a good one. If it works, working from home. Thank you, Joy. That I don't know that I would do that now because I've been here so long, and we've had the same sheriff now ever since I've been here. That guy never gets voted out of office. That guy. Yes, Chucky. That guy. Well, now I invited him because he was answering an ad to come see if he would do some work here, and then he hits me on the rear end. Hi, Peggy. I don't know if I said hi to you earlier. No appointment, no answer. I shoot first and ask questions later if you survive. LOL. Ella Jean, that's right. You know, it for as many times as I see people going onto people's property, Peggy, people going onto people's property and stealing their lawnmowers, and that, man, they have got to want to steal awfully bad because pretty much everybody that lives in Texas has a gun someplace, either on them or in their house or in their truck. That's so you got to be pretty darn bold to want to steal in Texas, and you got to be double bold for home invasion because these people sleep with a gun beside their pillow. I've never heard about that, Diane. A purple cloth around your trees means no trip. Well, I just put up a sign. Ah, Cindy, that's funny. Eh, I don't know of anybody that doesn't have a gun, Jackie, especially out in the country. You got to. You got to. Yes, Becky. I like it. I already know you're here. In Texas, you got to, especially if you live out in the country, Jackie. I know. No, my daddy trained me. He was a deputy sheriff. That's all I needed. Now, you can take lessons, gun lessons of firearms. I don't blame him, Annette. I don't blame him. You can take to be certified to openly carry a gun, and I'm talking like on your person, you know. But a lot of women carry guns in their purses. A lot of people have guns in their cars. I used to till I brought it in the house, but I used to have it in my console in my car. I think I think Jackie, I would sort of know. Just knock it on the door can't get you killed. Uh, you got to break in. There is a sheriff, and he's in Florida. He's the most amazing human ever. I love him. He is a no business cop for sure. He said he had his he was telling people, if you're going to shoot somebody, shoot them several times, not just once. That sheriff in Florida said that. He is no nonsense. He is no nonsense in his county. He won't tolerate it. That's exactly right, Cindy. No, you can't carry around an assault rifle, Jackie. No, absolutely not. Or what are those things like Al Capone's people used to, machine guns. does a bullet. We don't. You can't carry those. Those are assault rifles. But regular guns, I can't show it. I've got one over here, but I don't know what YouTube would do. YouTube has some funny rules. You can say some really disgusting words all you want, but you can't show other things that are not as disgusting at all. Yeah, Annette. Yeah, see, Annette, that's one thing that we were talking about a while ago. In New York, people are just going in by the dozens and dozens and wiping out stores, and they're not stopping them. Uh, they're not arresting them, but there I see the reason now, y'all. If you've got, let's say you got 40 people in a store that runs out with goods and you got two cops out there on the street, they'd be crazy to try to stop any of them. You see what I mean? So that may be the reason why they're not allowed to arrest them. I am, Darlene. How are you? I am live. I'm so glad to see you today. I hope you're doing well this week. We've been here an hour and 21 minutes, Darlene. Where have you been, girl? Well, probably so, Annette. Yeah, I know gun laws do vary, but I mean, really, to do some of the crazy things people do around here, they must be insane. Yes, every state has different rules. Exactly. Oh, Diane. Yes, they will shoot you in your car, girl. Oh no, Darlene, your husband has COVID. Oh my gosh, when it rains, it pours, doesn't it? I'm sorry. And yes, indeed, you're in my prayers. Of course, you always are, but I need to remind you of that every so often that you are in my prayers. LLG, work on that Facebook thing, will you? We would be absolutely thrilled to have you with us. We show a lot of things there that we can't otherwise, you know, dogs and all kinds of stuff. Okay. Darlene, have you ever had COVID? I watch it. I watch a man. Um, yes, Jackie, afraid so. I watch a man who has a YouTube channel, and he lives in Palm Springs, California. And I just love him. I just love him. He is one of the kindest, sweetest, soft-spoken guys ever. And he just announced this morning that he has COVID. So yeah, COVID's still around, and I'm not taking precautions like I used to. Are y'all? Jackie. Yeah. I mean, you know how we, at first, we all wore masks into stores. Some wore plastic gloves. I did that one time, wore gloves. And as soon as you get in your car and put your stuff up, you immediately put your hand sanitizer on, all that. I'm not doing that anymore, y'all. Are you? They I've only had two, I think, Jackie. I don't know that I have had one this year. It's time for me to take another flu shot, I think. No, no, no. I take my flu shot like September, October, and that's when I have my booster. Really, Annette? I can't get free shingle shot. I've tried and tried and tried, and they need a code from my doctor. My doctor has given them two different codes, and we still don't know what it is they want. So I'm not getting my shingle shot, y'all. I worked on it for months trying to get it. Oh, Diane, for goodness sake. So me either, Rose. I mean, yeah, I don't wear a mask. Okay, Sharon. Well, I usually take my pharmacy keeps an account. I love them. They keep an account, and each time they ask, "Have you had this or that, or do you want this or that?" So I usually go around September and have my flu shot, and then I will get my booster. But I'm going to wait. I'm not going to have those two together anymore. Y'all remember I had both of them at the same day in the same arm, and I was sick for 2 weeks after that. Medicare won't pay for mine, Cindy, because I don't have Part D. You've got to have Part D, and then they will pay for your shingle shot. And those are 200 and something dollars each, and you have to have two of them. My thyroid is much better, Jackie, but it's my blood pressure. I I can't keep my blood pressure down to a normal level. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I worry. I went down Brian's yesterday and was helping him out in his yard, and I got one of those, oh, I've got to sit down things. And he went and got me some water, and I sat down. He said, Mom, are you not telling me something that's wrong with you and you just won't tell me? I said, No, Brian, I would tell you. Really, I would. He said, Well, that is happening to you too many times. And he's right. It does happen too many times, where I feel like I'm going to collapse. Peggy, yeah, I could. But the cost of that per month is more than the cost of my medications per month. The only advantage would be it put me in range to be able to get a shingle shot. And I'm not willing to pay the extra money per month just to get a shingle shot. I'm not going to do it. Yep, it's my blood pressure. Y'all, it was over 200 again this last time. And they had to give me some kind of medicine there in the office, and I had to sit and wait 30, 45 minutes before they let me go home. And I don't know what else to do. Well, I don't know what in the world that could be, Becky. Which she did, Jackie. She has changed the dosage, but not the brand. So the dosage is just different. And I have not had it changed for a full month, so I really can't uh, tell whether it's going to be any good or not. And then in 1 month, I have to go have my lab again to see but I take my blood pressure. I've got one of those little blood pressure things. Isn't that funny? I have too much potassium, way too much potassium. Isn't that weird? I mean, we can't just live. We got to regulate everything we do. Yeah, I remember my doctor asked me, "Do you eat bananas? Do you eat a bunch of bananas?" No, I don't eat bananas. That is one thing that causes your potassium to go up is a banana. Wow, Darlene. Yeah, LL Jean. I know it. I've been watching YouTube videos on those things, LL Jean, and everybody's like, do not get a Medicare Advantage plan. Now, I can't go into why because I don't know. It's been a while since I've watched them, but I remember seeing that because I was thinking about getting that. Yep, too high, Jackie. Hers is lower than mine, though. Yeah, it's just not. I was hoping maybe it's normal for some people to have high blood pressure because I've always had high blood pressure and they've never been able to get it down. And y'all, she changed the dosage number, but she didn't change the medication brand. And don't you think it's time to get something else? It's lisinopril. And if I've been having lisinopril for over 20 years and it's not working on me, let's change it. Yeah, it is, Cindy. I know it. It spikes up so high that I get dizzy. Well, no, I don't get dizzy. I get like you have no energy whatsoever, and if you don't sit down, you're going to fall down. That kind of thing. Well, that gives you that's potassium, Diane. But no, it's not my heart, Betty. It's not my heart. She checked my heart. She said I've got a good regular heartbeat, except when I first go in. When I first go in, yes, I do have that allergy. And you have a mind like a steel trap. You know stuff, girl. Oh, I'm sure, Darlene. When I first go in, my heart is kind of fast, and to the doctor. Uh, I don't know. I'm gonna talk to her instead of changing the dosage amount. For heaven's sake, maybe there's something better than lisinopril. Do you any of y'all take lisinopril? Yes, lightheaded, lightheaded. You know, it's like I did in New York when I went to New York, and I said I have to sit down. I know what that is, Debbie. Maybe I'm thinking maybe my Bobby took that because he had high blood pressure too. But I stay hydrated now. Uh, I drink some stuff. Brian bought me this drink, and um, it's a Gatorade brand, a Gatorade drink, and I absolutely love it. And I drink it all day long. I just bought every time I go to the store, I buy more of it because I don't want to run out. I love the taste of it, and I get dehydrated easily. If I don't, since I've gotten this drink, I don't get dehydrated easily anymore. So that's good. Ha, Carol. Lisinopril raised your potassium level. Well, see, my potassium is too high. Good grief, y'all. There are so many medications. I mean, good joy. I've never had a problem with it until I think I've always had blood pressure, high blood pressure. Huh. And don't you hate the spelling of some of these things? You can't. Oh, well, see now, Peggy, mine is too high, but I have symptoms like you have, but mine's too high. Oh, good, Sharon. I may go back later and reread all this stuff and write down some of your medications and ask my doctor about it. I think so too, Jackie. I've never tried that, Annette. Somebody got an ad. Huh. No, I didn't. I don't even know where it is, Jackie. No, Becky, they don't. I have kidney disease, degenerative kidney disease, stage 3. Paris. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow, Debbie, golly. That's what I'm drinking, the no sugar version. That's good, Carol. Celine Dion was there. Bless her heart, y'all. She's got that disease, stiff stiff syndrome or something. Jackie, I got crazy about stuff like that several years ago, and I would watch it every time it came on, especially if it was ice skating. I watched everything. And since then, I am no longer totally interested. But one of the reasons is, Jackie, I don't get cable channels anymore. I do too, Jackie. I love her. Oh, Debbie, I'll have to. I do too. I like synchronized swimming. Da-da, 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 dun, dun. I can do synchronized drowning. Yeah, I never learned to swim, y'all. Never learned. I took lessons too, swimming lessons. I can float on my back and I can dog paddle. So I might could save myself if I'm close to the bank or close to a dock or something. You no kidding, Carol. It seems like I could get a medal yet. For dog paddle a medal. It seems like they're just trying to see who can wear the least amount of clothes in public. I cut cable uh, sometime after Bobby passed away, shortly after there, because it was going up higher and higher. Oh, nice, Becky. I don't have an antenna. Huh. Hi, Diana. good to see you. How are your kitties, Diana? I had two kitties missing. Mama Ma is still gone, and it's 3 weeks now, so I do not think I'm going to see her. Moki Mo was gone for 2 weeks, but she has come back. And I know that you had a mama kitty, a mama and a kitty missing at your place too. So I don't. My poor mama Ma, she was the original. She's LG's mama and Ginger's mama. She's a mama of all of them actually, but she's been gone too long. I just don't believe she's going to be back. They went up. They disappeared around. No, Moki disappeared about a week after Mama Ma did. Well, shoot, now I want to watch it, Becky. I know, Annette. We also have, I know, Diane, but I can't. Um, we also have coyotes here, lots of coyotes, especially in the woods area. It was awful, huh? Unusual. It was awful. Well, now I got to go watch the darn thing. I don't know. I'm sure there's a YouTube channel that's probably got that. And so I'll have to see what it is because I want to know. But if it had Taylor Swift in it, I don't want to watch it because I cannot stand her. I'm sorry if y'all do, but I cannot stand her. I don't know why. You do, Annette. Wow. We have packs. Packs. And that's something that bothers Brian too, because he has goats. They're home. Oh no, you're a different okay. Lady Gaga. What do you mean, Ella Jean? What do you mean she was strange? She's always been strange. Yeah. Oh man, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely look it up then. Because I love stuff that's weird. I want to see what y'all are talking about. Yeah. I saw something where she shows her having she has, I can't even think what they're called, but she's in pain, a great deal of pain when that happens to her, Jackie. And how she stiffens up, her body stiffens up, she's hurting so bad. I, and I'm thinking that beautiful. She says she can't get those high notes anymore like she used to. But maybe that comes and goes. I don't know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I About Celine Dion. Yes. Well, great. Okay, great. She's just got a beautiful voice. That's all. I really like her beautiful voice. That's Yes, LL Jean. Oh my gosh, Diana. Coyotes. See, I don't have animal control out here where I am. I I kind of think maybe that's what happened to Mama Ma. You know, yes, Jackie. You got to remind me. None of y'all get paid. Your payment is coming and being with all of us each week or whenever I get here. No, whenever I'm here. That's the only payment you get. I'm so sorry. I wish I could help you out. These days, if it doesn't have zombies in it or somebody that's British, I don't watch it. Diane doesn't get anything. She sneaks out. She sneaks out of here. Instead of saying, well, y'all, I'm going, she just sneaks out. And I don't ever know she's gone. You know, I'm kidding if you're listening to me, Diane, that she hasn't had anything to say in a while. Oh, there she is. She's there. She's hiding in the corner. I'm sure there are people that sneak out and I don't even know it. They're faithful, Cindy. They are faithful. I might, Ella Jean. My throat's sore, y'all. Yeah, you sure could. Working at McDonald's. I saw you, Elbina. We are such a tight knit little group of people that we now pretty much know what people do or where they live or things like that, different things they've said, the past stuff. That's what a smaller group like this, that's one of the perks. I like that. Yeah, you go find them. I don't know, we got 33 people and 32 thumbs up. You know, Timu, I think of Jackie every time I think about Timu plants. Oh, God, Diana, I'm so sorry, though. I'm so sorry. Brian has some Timu plants too. He's got flowers, and I gave him some shrubs, but he's got a lot of flowers too, and he mixes them in with his real flowers. My gosh, it's so pretty. Yeah, it was moving fast there for a while. Everybody's putting their medications in. That's what we talk about. What do y'all talk about in your life? Oh, what medications people are on. You know, that's what happens. Really, Darlene? Well, now, thank you, Albina. I do too. Um, but is it because you have Part D on your Medicare coverage, Darlene? Because, I mean, yeah, I could get them at Walmart too if I had Part D, and it would be free. They're 200 and something dollars each, and you have to have two of them. One and then come back another. Yeah, yeah, Darlene. I probably Medicare Part D, because if CVS has it for that reason, so would Walmart. Jackie, your power going to your head? I don't think so. It reminds me of chat rooms. I was a chat room person years and years ago, many years ago, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. But I could type fast, and it wasn't. We didn't have cell phones now that would type for us. Huh, Darlene? I don't know, but that can help it. I think everybody go for it, because we need all the help we can get. No, they don't. They're not inside people. They don't have inside people. They like the outside. That's that garden spider. I love them. I used to, when I was a kid, I would catch crickets and stuff and flick them into the web so that the spider, I would feed the spider. Yeah, and they do. They go up every year. They give us a little raise on our Social Security, but then they take it away from us by having the copay and stuff on our Medicare. I'm scared to death of spiders. Always have been. But when she's up there on her web, and now if she fell on me, I would beat myself to death, no doubt. Because I've done that before. I've walked into a web out here under my carport, and I beat myself crazy all over my head and everything. I hate them, but she's up there and she is not bothering anybody, and I can always walk around her. But they eat insects and stuff that we don't need. I used to have, when we first moved here, Rose, we had scorpions. And when I first moved in the cottage, I had found 3 scorpions in the bathtub. Not all at the same time, but I haven't seen any in years. I was bit by a scorpion when I was a kid. Man, tell you, well, stung by one. That's painful. On spiders, Jackie? Yeah. I don't think Brian likes spiders either. I don't know of anybody that really likes spiders, y'all. There's a YouTube channel, and the guy raises spiders. He raises tarantulas, and they lay eggs, and he's got hundreds and hundreds of baby tarantulas, and he keeps them in this great big huge fish tank, and feeds them and all kinds of stuff. He's on YouTube. I watched him for a while. I was interested. What you're fascinated by, you watch a lot, and I am fascinated by spiders. I was fascinated by airplanes, so I watched things about planes for a while. I'm fascinated by the British, so I'm into that. Fascinated by zombies. I mean, you name it, I'm fascinated by it, and I watch it. I've never seen one in person, Annette. Look at that. That's a scorpion. How funny, Carol. Yeah, we always should wear gloves if we're working out in the yard. I was looking to see that little pumpkin head. Y'all know I don't call her pumpkin head. Brian named her Pumpkinhead. That's her official name. But her name that I call her, that she comes to, is Bodie, Bodie. I go, Buddy, and she comes running. She's sound asleep now. She lays in front of that window so she can see out on a pillow. Oh, no, Annette. Like keeps him in a container, I hope, Jackie. Just let him run out. So your brother's in Australia. I used to have a good friend from Australia. Yeah, we have snakes. I've seen LG, the mighty warrior, is the snake hunter. He has brought up on the patio 3 or 4 snakes. Jill Biden, she needs to take care of her ailing husband, I think. I think he could benefit from whatever she has to offer. Oh, neat. Honestly, I'm not, we don't do politics. I know that. But so let me just say this one thing and then I won't do it again. I feel sorry for Joe Biden. I feel that Joe Biden most likely has a dementia of some kind. And because I know my Bobby had dementia, he had Alzheimer's, I have a great sympathy for those who may have the same thing. And I do think that's what's happened to President Biden. So that's all I'm going to say. Yes, it's very sad indeed. Very sad. I would hate for my Bobby to be up on the stage and people in the audience say terrible things about him. That's how I see it. And I feel sorry for him. But his wife knows the situation. She knows. And if that had been Bobby, I wouldn't have allowed him to go up there and be the brunt of jokes. I just wouldn't. So I feel sorry for him. I pray for him because I know to have had a brilliant mind at one time and now be reduced to what he's been reduced to is tragic. Mm-hmm. That's right, Carol. It is a horrible disease. My Bobby was quick witted, funny as can be. Uh, well, I'm not talking politics, Susan. I'm talking dementia, and I would be offer up prayers to anybody that I thought had dementia. So I'm not talking politics. You don't have to apologize, Diane. Right, Jackie. We're talking about health issues. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about whether he's a good president or a bad president. Nobody said that. We're talking about his state of mind right now as a human being. So, well, I'm gonna do some more work next door. I want to finish the bathroom and I'm getting really close. So I want to get that one done so I can shut the door on. I understand, Susan. And it you're right. It does, but you can't just ignore everything because it might turn to politics. Even what's happening in New York right now with people running stores and stealing is going to turn into politics. Every subject has the potential to turn into politics. But in this case, we were talking about a man's health. So, I didn't think about Parkinson's. Y'all, is that Parkinson's? Is that what? Oh, I can't think of his name. Dadgummit. And well, get it. Wasn't important. He's a movie star type person. Yeah, Ramblin' Rose. Michael Fox. Michael J. Fox. Thank you, thank you. That's exactly right. He has it. Bless his heart. Oh, God bless his heart. I mean, he gets right up there on that stage and his beautiful wife, right standing there proud to be with him, her arm around him, helping him. That is love. I mean, she's standing there and she's so proud. She's beautiful, beautiful thing. Good night, nurse. Oh, Joy, I got to put 3 to 4 coats of a very good primer on there, and each one has to be 4 hours in between drying, and then you got to wait 72 hours before you put this stuff on them that you have to mix up these two chemical thingies and paint it. Me too, Albina. And she is super supportive, isn't she? And he's so proud. You know he's proud to have that beautiful lady. Jackie, I get up there and it's like a dense, extremely dense foam board because I can't do uh, uh, put boards up or I can't do sheetrock. So I get up on a ladder. Now y'all gonna get mad at me, but I get up on a ladder and I put that foam board. I cut it to fit the space that I need that's messed up, and I use my head to hold part of it up so that I can screw the rest of it in all the way around. That's what I do. So, and when days, that's one reason I can't do some things over there once I start because I get dizzy and yes, I screw it in. And then on top of that, I plaster over that and then I paint over that. So it's a lot of steps. But I really like doing that. I've been doing that for years and years. Practically every house I ever had, I did that, and I like that work. I like it. Yes, all you have to do is send me a plane ticket to London, Jackie. That's all you got to do. and I will come. No, I don't know. When we went to New York and when I got home and got on the ground safely, uh, he's doing well, Chris. Thank you so much. I was just saw him yesterday, enjoyed some time with him. We were working in his yard, Chris, and putting stuff back up on his patio because he's had his house painted on the outside. And I had a great time just talking to him. We talk about stuff. I know, Diane. I know. I think so too, Diana. I think so too. Yes, Jackie. It was a wonderful, wonderful time just spending time with him, even if it's for an hour. Susan, I don't have the energy. I have the knowledge to do things, but it's not the correct knowledge, and I know it. I rig it is the only thing I can think of. I rig doing what I do, but I've been getting by all these years by doing it. And sometimes we have to do things because we can't afford to pay to have it done. There's no way I can afford to pay every single thing that I have had done in that house or this. So we learned to do the best we can. We fix it. It's like putting bubble gum over something. Thank you, dear. Thank you, Carol. I've always been a crafter. And so with that comes, and besides that, yeah, I've just about, I've done a lot of things. I'm shocked at how many things that they tore up that I didn't know the first time I went in after they moved. And little by little, I'm discovering things that they did that make no sense. Oh, cool, Susan. That's great. Well, Carol, sometimes the old stuff's better than the new stuff. You know what? Yeah, I think so. I will, Diane. I will. I'll take a video and I'm gonna take a lot of pictures because I like those before and afters. I don't think, Jackie, I'm never gonna quit. I'm always gonna have a project till I kick the bucket. I'm always gonna have something. And Brian is just like me. He's constantly doing something. Well, I'll change something up or redo something or whatever. You know, I'll always have, I have to. I can't just sit in my recliner and watch TV all day. That's not me. I used to, Jackie. Used to read all the time. I love reading. The last, the last movie. Okay, LL Jean, work on that Facebook thing. I hope to see you there. Thank you for coming today. You know I love you. Bye bye and have a good weekend. The last book I ordered it from Amazon. It was Salem's Lot, and I read the whole darn thing in one sitting. I just sat and read and read and read and read. I loved it. Yeah, it would, Jackie. Be great. Oh heck, don't you know? Yeah, yeah, I will. I've always got to have a project. Well, I've never learned to knit. I do know how to embroidery, and I do know how to sew. I love Stephen King, Ramblin' Rose. Love it, love it, love it. That's nice, Carol. Very nice. I have a lot of subscribers who volunteer. Some volunteer on Saturday mornings. so they don't get to make them alive. And but the work they're doing is definitely worth them missing alive for it. So that's great. Well, y'all, here we are. It's 2:10. Can you believe? My simple cottage life, friends and family, LL Jean. I want to see you. I would love to see you there. You'd get to see things that you don't. Well, everybody has different pictures and things like that. They have their animals and all kinds of good stuff. They post some really nice things. I love them. They're great. We have about we one. We need one more to make 70. LL Jean, if you're still here. So it's real easy to sign up for you for Facebook. Me too, Rose. I got to get busy too. Okay, y'all. Listen, I want to thank you so much for coming in today. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Love you all so much. Okay. Okay. Bye, everybody. Have a good weekend. I will see you soon. And I hope God is good to you today. Bye bye.